Hey everybody, welcome to our live chat. I am Heather and we come to you live each and every day so you can learn more about LUMINESS and what we have to offer. And yeah, I mean, we answer all your questions and this is the live chat. So I do want to hear from you guys. So we always like to go over the basics, what you get in your kit, how to start, how to use it. You know, I know a lot of people watch the infomercial and they get home and they're like, woohoo, you know, and they're excited about it. And then they never get it out, or they get it out. Maybe they use it one time and they're like, it's not for me. But guys, this is a new way of doing makeup. And so it does take some practice. And so we go over how to practice. So don't expect to be an expert the very first time. You're going to get it in no time because everyone can airbrush. We're going to show you how. All right. Good morning, LUMINESS. Good morning, Veronica. Good to see you guys so early this morning. Let's go over the basics and the beginnings, the starter kit. Maybe some of you are looking to purchase and you don't know what comes with the starter kit. And so this is one of our starter kits. This is the Icon. We also have the Icon Pro and the Legend. And of course, we have the Breeze. The Breeze is our newest one. It is chargeable, cordless, and amazing. So it's great for traveling. You know, we might be getting out there and traveling a little bit more. And so that would be great to use. It comes with the 2 bottles of foundation. It also comes with Love and Blush. And the Love is super high, Blush is super high pigmented. You're only going to use 2 drops. And then Love is a hydrating illuminator. It's going to give your skin some luminosity. But not shimmer. It's not going to give you like a shimmer. It's just going to give your skin that young, youthful glow is basically what it's going to give you. This is what we want you to do to start practicing. So once you get it out, turn it on and there's air that comes out. So just use the air and keep it 4 finger widths away. Keep your stylus moving around your face. What happens is once you feel that air, and because we're used to traditional makeup, you do one of 2 things. You either go like this or you come in too close because we're used to touching our face. So watch yourself in the mirror and just make sure you're moving that stylus around, keeping it 4 finger widths away. Then you want to practice on barely pulling back on that trigger. And you can do that by airbrushing water on your face. That way you get the feel of it. You get that walking and chewing gum where you can do it without even thinking about it before even getting started, which is great. Hello, Christine. How are you? Hey, Jackie. How are you? Hello. Everybody's here. Hello. Good morning, Terry. Good to see you. Foggy in California, y'all. Hello, Patty. Hello. So just so you know, guys, we are on Facebook and on YouTube. So make sure if I don't see you, if I don't say hello, say it again. Because I'm watching YouTube, I'm watching Facebook, and I want to make sure. I love saying hi to everybody. I love to know where you're from, what you're doing and stuff. Sorry for my voice. I have some wonderful allergies happening. And so breathing is an issue. So I sound a little different today, but we're going to keep going. I'll tell you what, airbrush makes you feel so much better. That's for sure. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I am going to go in and go straight to, actually, do I want to do blush first? I'm going to mix our blush. I'm mixing the blush of the natural blush and the plum blush. We'll go ahead and mix those 2 together. Hello, Debbie. Good to see you from Springfield. Good morning, Olivia. How are you? If you watch my lives, you know that I struggle with sinuses and allergies and breathing. So, you know, I just need to get a handle on it. Rhonda, good to see you. Y'all are so sweet. Everybody's like, good morning, beautiful. Good morning. And I don't feel beautiful this morning. I feel like my head's going to explode. All right, I'm putting some couple of drops of plum blush with the natural blush. And so I'm going to take, I'm using the Breeze. I'm going to turn it on, block the air, and then barely pull back on this trigger. And what that's going to do, I don't know if you can see, yeah, you can see it. It's a bubbling all together. And so what that does is mix that together for you. So you don't have to, you know, make a mess or do anything. You can put it right on. Jackie said, I love my Luminess look. I hate to take it off at night. Girl, wash your face. Wash your face. Take it off. Even if you don't wear makeup that day, wash your face. Because pollution, all that stuff, you want to make sure you wash your face. All right. Just my little service announcement. Oh, I like that. Luminess said it's like erasing art. Oh, I like that. Cindy's like, Cindy said on Facebook, that's another thing I love about Luminess is you can mix different shades to fit your mood. And that is, you know what? That's one thing we talk about mixing shades to match you 365 days a year. But yeah, you can mix shades to do your mood. All right, so I have my blush in here, which is the natural and plum. And then when I do blush, I do come in a little bit closer. So foundation is going to be about 4 finger widths. Blush can be about 3 because we're focusing just on that cheek area. And then I go back and forth. Hello, Amber on YouTube. Good to see you. And then back and forth, back and forth. And so doing blush first, guys, because you do hear me say how our blush is so pigmented that that it does bloom. So if you are new to Luminess, oh, my eyes are so swollen right now. If you're new to Luminess and you're using the blush and you're like, oh, heck no, I can't get that blush right. It's okay. Only use 2 drops. You can even mix a drop of your foundation in with it to kind of tone it down. Or you can also do it first like I'm doing. And that way, if you do get a little blush happy, it's okay because we're going to put the foundation on over it to blend it. All right, I'm going to blow the rest of that out. Good morning, Pam. All right, so I have the foundation on. I'm sorry, I have the blush on, and now I'm going, I was going to go straight into the foundation. However, my eyes look so bad right now that I think I'm going to do a little bit of glow. So not only can you mix things up for your mood, if you feel like your head's going to explode, you can look alive again when you only had 3 hours of sleep. So I have glow in here now. I'm going to do a little bit under my eyes so it highlights underneath my eyes. It rained last night in Houston too, because I had dogs that were freaking out. Another reason I didn't get to sleep. But look how like that just kind of brightened me up. Now keep in mind that that's all I have on. I have just the blush on, just the glow underneath. So now I'm going to get to the foundation. And I'm going to go, I'm using the Silk 4-in-1 shade 3. It must be going around Texas, Linda. Or you're not in Texas, are you? So I'm using the Silk shade 3. And then I'm going to pick a spot on my face and then make a complete pass. So I can go in. And notice, like, guys, I'm not racing. My moves are very deliberate as far as like, oh, where I'm going and what I'm doing. And it's not a free for all. You're not painting a fence. So you don't have to go back and forth in one spot. You're constantly moving your airbrush or your stylus. You're never in one spot twice, but there is overlap. And you're not going to get that immediate coverage instantly. If you see it go on, if you see that opaqueness, then you're spraying too hard. Practicing with the water, practicing even spraying your foundation on a paper towel to see how it does come out will show you. Because when I tell you, like, you are going to spray so light. Oh yeah, you are. Okay, that's right. I was like, I think she is, but for some reason that didn't sound right. But yeah, you're spraying so light that I want you to question whether it's coming out. It dries instantly. So I can go back and make passes just on those problem areas. When I make a pass, I can make one pass, look in the mirror, and I'm like, I don't know. But see how everything's starting to go together to blur. You don't see a bunch of lightness underneath my eyes. You don't see my blush coming out too much. It's all blended. I'm starting to look alive, like a human. I also don't have to put the same amount of makeup everywhere. When you're if you spray too heavy, then you would have to do that. But as long as you're spraying correctly, you don't have to put the same amount of makeup everywhere. You can hit those problem areas and then blend out the rest. All right, so let's move on. I'm now going in. Guys, everybody knows about our Click and Play eyeshadows, and they are amazing. But we now have some in a trio form. So we've picked 3 for you, because if you're like, I don't know which ones to pick, or how do I get started with those? We've picked some for you, and that will help you get started. You get a better deal with the 3. And I have put the link below in the description, so you definitely want to check those out. Now I'm looking for my blender, which I don't know where it is. So we'll just use this. I'm going to put, because I've done my foundation, and now I'm going to do eyeshadow, and I'm doing some pretty dark eyeshadow, which I'm going to show you in a minute. Hi, Shirley. Good to see you. I'm actually going to use our translucent powder, and I'm going to use it as a powder guard. There is a difference between a powder guard and baking. Okay. Those of you who know what baking is, it's where you do put powder underneath, but you press it in. Okay. So I'm not pressing it in. I'm just using it as a powder guard. So I'm lightly putting it underneath my eyes, and that's going to work in 2 ways. It will give me a natural I'm so sorry, guys. It will give me a natural highlight underneath, but what's going to happen is it's protecting that area that I have the makeup on already. We know that airbrush makeup does not move, and so if you don't do eyes first, you might want to do something to protect that area when doing your eyes, if you do it after foundation. Cindy says, on hot days, I like to put water in my stylus and refresh my face without messing. I like that, Cindy. I like that. Judy just said, good morning, everyone. Just ordered the Breeze yesterday, so I'm loving the videos. Oh, I love it. Yes, Judy, you will love it. Go in. If you see at the beginning, there are ways to practice. The big things, keep it 4 finger widths away, keep that Breeze moving, and the big thing is barely pull back on that trigger. But just know, guys, I mean, I say this all the time, you're not going to be an expert the very first time. And people who've been airbrushing, tell me how long it took you. I'm not saying it's going to take you a month to figure out. I'm saying days. So those of you who have been airbrushing a while, tell me like how many days or how many times of airbrushing when you got it. Now we know that every time you use it, you learn more, right? You learn every single time you use it. But I want to hear from you guys on how fast you learned. So these people that are new, that are waiting on it, or maybe haven't tried it yet, you guys will know that, hey, you're not alone. It is going to take some getting used to, because it's retraining our brains. You know traditional makeup up until this point, and now I'm telling you, hey, don't touch your face, keep that stylus moving, and you don't want to see it go on. It's like magic. That goes against everything we've learned up until this point. So keep that in mind. All right, I'm using, let me open these up. This trio Rot Her. Linda said it took about a week. Yep. It was in the first week to get it, Jeannie says. So I'm using these two. This is Blackout, Cave, and Halo. Okay. Now, if you look at these, you might think, oh, Heather's going to do a smoky eye. I'm going to show you our stuff is so high pigmented. A little bit goes a long way, and blending is the key. Blending is the key. And there are ways to if you did overdo it and you're like, no, that's too dark for me, we can tone it down a little bit too. A few practice tries and it will work. I love that. Hey, Kathy, how are you? Kathy said on YouTube it took her about 3 or 4 days and still perfecting the blush. So Kathy, if you're still trying to perfect the blush and you're so fair, possibly use only 1 drop of the blush and then put a drop of Love in with it and then do your blush first. Patty said it took her about 6 to 7 days. Rhonda says a week. I used to tell everybody, use it 7 days in a row. Do that practice, what I'm telling you guys to practice, and then use it 7 days in a row. By that 7th day, you'll have it down. Sorry, I had to take a drink real quick. I love it. All right, so I am going to go in with Cave first, and I'm using one of our blending brushes, and I'm going in just like this, like right at the top. And I'm going to start doing this on my crease. And just going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And we're blending and we're blending. Okay. Look how dark that is, right? But look what just a light touch will do for you. So I'm just, hold on, going in just like this. I hit off the extra and then I can go in. Now that first spot where you put the brush, that's where majority of the makeup's going to go. And so if you are using a dark color, start on the outside and work yourself in. I just got stuff all over my hands. And work it in. So when you're blending, you start here and then you can blend it in. Rhonda loves the color. Muzak calls our foundation liquid gold. All right, so I'm just blending and blending and blending. And these are most all mattes. The only one that's not a matte is that Halo color. And I'm just going to blend and blend. And then I have like a paper towel that I do this to kind of brush that off when I'm blending. And so I'm just blending and I'm blending and I'm blending just to soften it. But I haven't even put it back in the color yet. So right now, all I'm doing is blending that little bit that I just put on. Kathy's like, good idea with the Love. She has been using 1 drop, not using it all, and then rubbing off the excess with my fingers. Awesome. My only thing that throws red flags to me is rubbing. Tap it off. Always tap off. Never rub our face. If you get a hot spot, if you need to take off some of that blush, tap it out. And you can do it, okay? All right, now let's go in. I'm going to go in with a flat eyeshadow brush. And using Halo, no fingers to the face, exactly. This is going to give me some highlight. So I can do it as a brow bone. Now you can stop at this point. If you're like, Heather, that's good for me. I always like to show you how to take it up. So I am using Halo, which is a little bit of a shimmer, and I'm going under my brow bone, but just a little bit. Right there. Okay. Now I'm going to rub it out. Now, right now, that looks a little hot to me, meaning it looks a little severe. So what I can do is take, this is that powder brush that I used, and just blend that out a little bit. Right? Hey, Gina, good to see you. Lori on YouTube says, I'm a newbie. Uh-oh, she retracted her message, but I remember it. So she wants to know what love is. Love is a hydrating illuminator. It's going to give your skin some luminosity. So try it by itself just to see what it can do, okay? But it does give your skin some luminosity. It might not be something that you use every day, but you can mix a drop in with your blush. You can even, I like mixing it in the summertime in with my foundation, but you're gonna put that in like the high cheekbone area if you use it by itself. Down the nose, it just gives it a little bit of ba-ba-bum. I use a concoction of blush of natural plum and concealer. Oh, so Jeannie on Facebook, Kathy, is saying she's also fair skin. She used natural blush, plum blush, and then a drop of the concealer to mix that together for her blush. Rhonda's like, great pigment on eyeshadow. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. All right, so I just kind of rub that in. The other place I do like to put this shimmer is right there. Just right on the inside corner. Right there. And then I'm going to blend this up just a little bit to take some of that shimmer off a little bit to tone it down just a smidge. Just a smidge. All right, so now what we have left is the blackout, which, if I can do this properly, which is that one right there. And so you might think, I cannot do that. I'll show you. So still using my blending brush. I'm going to only put it right there, only in that corner. Again, wherever the brush hits, that's where majority of the makeup goes. And I'm leaving it right there. What this is going to do is give your eyes a little more pop. We're creating a little more details. Think about if you get your hair highlighted. Usually they use 2, 3 different colors to give your hair a little more dimension, a little more interest. That's what we're doing with the eyes. So once I get that on, just in that corner, I'm still going to blend some of that so I don't have the harsh line and that it's a little more smoked out a little bit softer right in there. Starting to look alive. And then going back to my flat eyeshadow brush, I'm going to mix those two together, Cave and Black, because I don't necessarily like to put black underneath my eyes. Sometimes I feel like it's too harsh. Also depends on your age. And so I do like to soften it just a bit. All right. Can everybody do this look with those 3? Right? Everybody can do that. And then if like you had this on and you're like, no, it's still too, take a clean brush and just blend it out a little bit more. And that's going to soften it. Always start light because it's easier to take away than it is to add. Just kidding. It's harder. It's easier to add. Reverse that. It's easier to add than it is to take away. I'm actually going to add a little bit more of the Cave in here. Just a little bit more. All right. And there you have it, right? So then I can finish off with my mascara. I am going to add some Dusty Rose, but I'm going to do Dusty Rose super light because I really, and we haven't talked about these, our lip finishers. This is the blush one. Amazing for summer. But I do want some definition to my lips. My upper lip loses some, I don't know if my pigment goes all the way up. So I like to kind of do that. real light. And then taking blush lip topper. And this is, if you're on the beach and you're like, I just need some gloss on my lips, this is perfect. Because you can't even use it by itself. But there you go. It has that little blushy blush look. Now I'm going to take a brush and swipe that powder away. Because what happens is any fallout or any makeup that came in there wipes away. It's taken care of. And I didn't mess up my underneath my eyes. Am I looking alive? Yay! Am I looking like I got more than 3 hours of sleep? Here it is. Ugh, looking for. Yes, if y'all better love me. Drop a love, a like, a care, the hugging one, because you feel for me because my allergies. Send me some love. And guys, if you're on Facebook, make sure you like this page because it does come up when it'll pop up when we are live. And then on YouTube, guys, make sure that that you, hi Eva, make sure you subscribe because one, it's easier to find our page and we have like a bazillion videos that can help you. If you are struggling with anything and there's not a live at that time, jump on our Facebook, jump on our YouTube and check it out. There's a ton that we have. So subscribe to our page and that way you'll see us pop up as well. Eva, thank you so much, baby. Why does my face, love it. Laura, you're asking so many amazing questions. So Lori says, why does my face look shiny or oily when I finish? Am I putting too much foundation on? Yes. Guys, when doing the foundation, 8, and I've kind of extended it, 8 to 10 drops total is what you should be doing the foundation with, okay? If it feels shiny or if it is shiny or feels wet, you're spraying too hard. So what I want you to do, make sure, again, hold on, I'm going to pop these back up. When you first get the system, make sure that you just use the air. I'm not telling you to use any makeup right now. Just use the air and keep it 4 finger widths away. You're going to want to look in the mirror and watch yourself. And then ever so often, just check. And then work on pulling back on the trigger by airbrushing water on your face. If you can airbrush water on your face and your face isn't wet and running down with water, then you have a better idea. Now, the next tip that I would say is take a paper towel or a tissue or some, I've used this one already, but something like this. Put some drops of your foundation in here. Hold it hold on, let me get rid of that guy. Hold it 6 inches or 4 finger widths away. Start your movement and then barely pull back on the trigger. What you want is that color to show up gradually. What this is doing is teaching you how gradual and how light you're pulling back on that trigger, but also to show you that something is coming out. Because when you're airbrushing yourself, you might question if it's coming out, but you know from this that there is something coming out. So I always tell you guys, it's like retraining our brains. We're not in Kansas anymore, Toto. We are redoing our makeup routine. We are redoing our what we know. And so just do what I say and it will all work out, okay? And yes, a lot of people like to powder first. That's one thing I like to do. But like if you're oily, if you do get oily throughout the day, if you powder with a translucent powder, it's beautiful, beautiful. But Lori, being that you're new, chances are you're spraying too hard. So Lori says, you usually only use 6 drops. So my next question would be, how many passes are you making? And I'll wait for your answer as I put my mascara on. I love this mascara brush because I can really get into all the way over here. And straighten these lashes out. Because I know a lot of people are like, oh, I only use 6 drops. Number one is how many times do you use 6 drops? How many times are you filling this up? And how many passes can you make with 6 drops? I can make probably 3 or 4. So I would check that out. But guys, remember, if you're still having problems, book an appointment with me. Book an appointment. I am looking. Sorry, I can't talk while I do the bottoms. Maybe, yeah, it's learning to paint, right? Book an appointment with me. Lori, the description is in, or the link to book an appointment is in the description on YouTube. And then you can also, it's a small group. So there's enough time to go around, and I ask everybody what their problems are, what questions they have, and then we address those. So there's no agenda. You guys get to really make that agenda up. But it's strictly for you guys. But definitely book an appointment. Yeah, Lori's like, oh, 6 total. She's like, I don't think I've ever really counted. But yeah, I mean, that's why I'm like 6 total, not how many. You're only using 6 drops at a time. That's great, but you're going to see how long you can make that pass. Luminess just put the link on Facebook. Thank you for that. But guys, I mean, I cannot stress enough. The classes are amazing. I'm going to try to do 3 different ones. One for people who are new, or even thinking about ordering it. They have questions about it. I'm going to do one for them. Then I'm going to do one for getting started with airbrush, so you have it. Let's look at different ways to practice. And then I'm going to do one for okay, I now know how to airbrush, but now what? What do I do next? How do I do? So definitely check it out. Musette, yeah, Musette's been, I don't know why lipstick gathers in the corners of my mouth. Musette is a mixologist. But guys, thank you so much for joining me on this Thursday and putting up with my sinus pressure. But I'll tell you what, take a look at what I look like in the beginning and what I look like now, and see what a difference. You know, one bad thing about Luminess is the days that you are not feeling well and you're like, I need to go home, I'm not feeling well. Nobody's going to believe you because you all look good, okay? All right. Thank you so much. And hey, we are here tomorrow. So remember, Monday through Friday, 9:30 a.m. Central Time. We are always here for you guys. All right. Thank you again. And I will see you mañana. Bye for now.